Because, well, where are we? I'll tell you where we are. We're here at Castle Schnellingberg, here in the middle of snowbound Germany. And why? Well, we're here to see Iron Maiden, my favourite band in the world, and one of the biggest heavy metal bands in the world to ever come out of Britain. But here in Germany, they've just finished their 7th studio album, appropriately titled Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. And right now, I'm going to get out of the snow and go and have a word with them. Come with me. I'm dreaming of a white Schnellingberg. Steve, you've just emerged from the studio in Munich here in Germany with your brand new album, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. First of all, let me ask you, why that title?
Well, it's a concept album, believe it or not. Yeah, sounds a bit ominous, doesn't it? But, well, originally I had the idea for a song called The Clairvoyant when Doris Stokes died. I just thought, well, it's a bit strange, you know, if she was a clairvoyant, I wonder if she could foresee her own death, you know? And that sort of sparked me off with the song Clairvoyant. And then I was the idea for a song, The Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, which all ties in with, you know, because it's supposed to have the powers of clairvoyance and healing and sixth sense, whatever, you know. And so when I actually spoke with Bruce about the basic idea, he went overboard about it, thought it was a great idea and everything, and so we decided to write all the lyrics based around that.
It's a concept album about a seventh son of a seventh son. Actually Steve's idea, but we found that we were writing lots of things very similar at the same time without him actually... When he suggested this idea of seventh son of a seventh son, I immediately went flying to my book of unused lyrics and pulled out lots of lyrics with the number 7 in. Hence the intro and the outro to the album and various other bits. So we found that there was lots of ideas all flowing together which all worked, which was too much of a coincidence, really, to put down to chance.
I guess the actual kind of theme is based around like an alchemist, you know, and kind of tells like his life story, you know, indulging in different mystical things, trying to see into the future, clairvoyancy and prophecy, you know, prophecy and stuff like that, and it kind of, you know, the whole album tends to gear itself in mystical things, really, you know, looking at the future, you know, things that we all like to know about, but, you know, we can't sort of understand, and, you know, so it's kind of on the borderline of that.
Did you and Bruce and Steve, who contribute most of the material to the album, did you all, when you were writing the songs, write with one story in mind?
I think I just sort of ploughed on, just coming up with music. I didn't write any lyrics, I just sort of come up with some music for it. And I remember we had a meeting and we talked about possibly doing Seventh Son, and we already had the music on a rough demo of Moonchild, just the music. So it all came together, it kind of locked in, and we went from there, you know. It was, you know, something to feed off, you know, and it was quite a strong idea.
Myself and Steve, we decided that this was going to be what the lyrics were going to be about. And no matter what direction the music went, we wanted the whole thing to fit together, lyrically. And so, when I wrote, I took whatever lyrics I had and looked at them from that angle and thought, well, how can we fit them in? And we came to the situation where Moonchild was basically the devil trying to claim this kid for his own and foretelling all the temptations and all the nasty things he was going to put in his path. Because this kid is born with free will. good and evil both trying to claim him. But really, this kid has free will, and he's also innocent. He knows nothing whatsoever of all this stuff that's going to happen to him. Infinite Dreams, the next track, is basically, that's what it's about, infinite dreams, these terrible dreams he has in which he sees infinity. And he can't deal with that situation either. But he's not yet aware of what it means, of its significance. Can I Play With Madness is when he goes to a fortune teller or soothsayer or crystal ball gazer, whatever, and he asks the question, can I play with madness, because that's what he thinks is in his head.
Tell me about the first single from the new album, Can I Play With Madness? It has a very commercial edge. I expect you wouldn't be too disappointed if it became a huge hit.
No, not at all. Not against selling albums. Of course, that's what we want to do. We want to get across to the fans, you know. But I think that the good thing about it is it's a natural song. It's not like... because originally the song we had, you know, we thought, oh, this is going to be the single, was Evil That Men Do. And then Can I Play With Madness came along, and it wasn't like we actually planned to have, you know, a big sort of, you know, single or whatever. But as soon as that came along, we thought, oh, that's got to be the first single.
It came about out of a pure happening. It was a song that was written, and Bruce had an idea, and Steve came up with the middle section, and we put it together, and we worked it out, and we didn't really believe it was going to work. And it did. And because of that, it's got the magic about it, what it has. And so I think it's going to be a very good, successful single. You know, it is below 4 minutes long as well, so the radio companies are going to go, hey, these guys are going to...
What about the video? Apparently you're not in the video at all. You don't appear anywhere in the video.
That's great, marvellous. I hate appearing in videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's not acting and it's not music. It's pretending.
We don't really enjoy doing videos unless it's actually... Like the Live After Death video was fine because they just filmed a show, and we are doing what we, you know, enjoy most. But actually making videos as promo stuff, none of us really like it too much, and this was a, you know, a good excuse to get out of it, really.
You've got a lot of keyboards and synthesizers on this album. There was a time when I'm sure Iron Maiden used to say, we will never have keyboards on the album, you know.
Yeah, well, I must admit, yeah, we weren't into keyboards before because we did have a keyboard player in the band years ago for about 6 months and it just didn't work. We worked on a couple of numbers, but, you know, 2 Guitar Attack was much better. But the reason it happened this time round was because, you know, if I have, like, well, on the last album, for instance, I used guitar synths, you know, with the, you know, chord and foot pedals and stuff. But it means that I have to use a lead on stage. There's no way I can do that, you know, sort of the way I move about and everything. And Adrian didn't want to be bothered with all the foot pedals either, you know, so we decided that we'd do it all on the keys. And we're going to get my bass roadie, Mike, to do
the count, as he's known.
Yeah, the deed on the keys.
Yeah, there's a guy on the credits, his nickname is the Count, because he comes out at night. He's a nocturnal sort of person. But he also happens to be a very good musician. And being as there's a lot of keyboard parts on the album, not dominating keyboards, but stuff that needs to be there. Plus I'm playing guitar synth as well, so it's going to be a bit of a handful to do it. But in a couple of songs, it's going to be essential that we probably do that.
The band's next world tour starts in May, and as far as I understand, it goes on then for most of the rest of the year.
Yeah.
How are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, well, I'd say it's been last August, I think we finished the tour. So it's been so long, it's like we want to, you kind of, you know, it's great after the tour, you can't, you know, you feel like it's nice to have a rest. You've had a great time doing playing. And so now we've been off for a while now, you know, so it's great, it's exciting. Like the album's just been released, you know, it's going to be released soon. And the whole vibe, you know, building up around it to get out on tour again, it feels great, you know, just to go out there and play live.
What's the best thing about being on the road for you, Nick, personally?
Just playing. Just being there and getting up on stage with the guys every night and coming off stage and go, do you know what you did wrong? You just did that. Getting beaten up.
You're going to be headlining this year at Castle Donington, of course.
Last Castle Donington, when my manager came up to me, Rod, the infamous Rod Smallwood, I went, if you're going on stage with Bon Jovi, can you grab the microphone and tell everybody we're headlining here next year? I said I'll try and make it look spontaneous, Rod.
We're going out for maybe 6 or 7 months on this world tour, and I miss being on stage to play for the people. And I'm right at the back of the gig, and seeing the the reaction and the attitude from everybody is absolutely magnificent.
A lot of kids have said to me, you know, when are we going to see like a really big show in England? And well, the answer is now, because the show we're going to do for the European festivals is, of course, going to be as big, if not bigger, than the American show.
You have to get into the spirit of it. I mean, we've done like Reading Festival before, you know, and you go down there and it is the whole, you know, you just pick up on the vibe of the day, and it's a spirit that you have to capture with festivals. You can't think, if it's, you know, you can't go on like this is going to, if the sound's bad or something, you know, you've got to sort of go with the attitude, I'm going to make it as best as possible and enjoy it, really, you know. That's what music's all about, really, at the end of the day, you know.
You make your album, everybody accepts it, but being out there to play live is where it's all at.
Are you also going to be doing the Monsters of Rock festivals in Europe as well?
Yeah. Yeah,
Headlining,
that should be interesting as well. Again, you know, each country we play, getting all the Maiden fans together, it's fantastic.
All right, Stephen, I'm really looking forward to it, and good luck with